In front of you, you have the circuit that will be used for parts C and D for this laboratory. And of course, in part C, you should be predicting the currents in each of the current sensors, the ammeters. And in part D, we're actually going to make the measurements. Now, just to be clear what the circuit is, and I'm going to make the voltage measurements you need, there is resistor 3. It's the brown one. It's the 31.6 ohm resistor. Okay, and here's coming out of the battery. It goes down here, and I've got the current in resistor 3, I3, with the ammeter in that direction, so it should measure positive if I'm right. And then it goes up, let's see, up through resistor 1 over here. Resistor 1 is the 47 ohm resistor, and I've got two batteries in this circuit. This one's about a 2.5 volt battery, and this one's about a 3.1 volt battery. And then you can see one more resistor. It's right here. It's resistor 2. It has a resistance of 63 ohms, as shown in your diagram. And then I've got the ammeter pointing in the direction I believe the current is. So you've got 3 current sensors, 3 ammeters, all that are hopefully sensing the current in the direction that's drawn on the diagram in in part C. And now we've got to make some measurements of the battery voltage so that you can go on and do the measurements, the predictions. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to measure, this is the battery with the rectangle around it. It's the one on the right side of the circuit. And you can see, not quite 3.1, it is reading about 3.054 volts. Okay, and you know, I've got it negative right now because I've got these mixed up. The black lead should be over here, and the red lead should be over here, and now it's reading positive 3.053 volts. On the other hand, I've got this smaller battery over here. It's the one on the left side of your diagram, and the red lead is on one side, and I'll hook up my voltmeter across from the black to the red over here. Okay, and you can see, let's see, I've got it hooked up backwards again. The red lead should be over here because that's the red side of the battery, the positive side of the battery. And the black lead should go on the other side, and you get positive 2.192, and that's the battery that's up on the left side of your diagram. Okay, you've got all the values of the resistors, you've got all the values of the batteries, and now you can predict, just like we did on the worksheet, what currents 1, 2, and 3 are. Okay, and since you've had a second to make those measurements, now I want to zoom in on what current was actually measured. And so there are your 3 currents. Wow, what do you notice? Current 2 is negative. So obviously the direction of the arrow on current 2 is incorrect. One last piece of data we need. In order for you to complete this lab, I have to measure the potential across each of the resistors. And so we'll zoom in a little bit on our multimeter. It's still reading the battery voltage for the battery over on the right side there. And we'll disconnect the battery leads here. And we'll start with resistor 1, and we'll measure the potential across resistor 1. And let's see, I'm going to put that as the red side and that as the black side, and we're going to be a little bit more cavalier about what the direction of the voltage is. You can see that would be, if you're tracing up, would be a minus 2.826. I've got it going the other way, and if you're tracing down, it'd be a plus 2.8. Now it's 2.5. So that's resistor 1. We're going to go to resistor 2 here, the one in the middle. Resistor 2, recall, is the 62, I may have called it 63 just a second ago, 62 ohm resistor. Let's see if that's right. Yes, it is, 62. And we're going to put the voltmeter right there across that little resistor. Make sure it makes good electrical contact. And son of a gun, consistent with the fact that the current there is negative, I'm getting a minus 0.654. I'm just going to make sure that I am touching this in the right spot. Yep, that looks good. That's the voltage across resistor 2. And then finally, resistor 3 here. Resistor 3 is our 31.6. That brown resistor we have over here. And I'm going to come make that measurement. And we can put the ammeter right there. And I get 2.287 volts. And it's positive or negative depending on which way you're tracing around a loop. 2.287. That should be all the data you need. Currents, all the voltages. Hopefully your predictions were correct.